Giving birth is the most noble service to humanity. It is man's fulfillment of God's command of procreation. With an anticipation of 9 months, childbirth is the pinnacle of the most joyous moments in life. But imagine delivering a child being a start to the most harrowing moments in a woman's life, robbing them of their esteem and social life. Now, in our series of the Fistula Menace, we highlight stories of women who have undergone these ordeals and have overcome them. Before we delve deep, kindly subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell notification button so that you are the first one to receive our next post. My name is Preston and this is CTD TV.
I'm a mother of 3 and I'm fistula champion. I was diagnosed with fistula in 2007. That's about 16 years ago, when I was giving birth to my firstborn child. The stool, yes, would pass through the vagina. The society we live in, we don't talk about things to do with our private parts openly. So this is one of the reasons why I didn't tell most of the people. My name is Aileen Chepkoech. I'm a mother of 3 and I'm fistula champion. I was diagnosed with fistula in 2007. That's about 16 years ago, when I was giving birth to my firstborn child. But the diagnosis didn't happen like immediately after birth. When I went home, now I'm like seated with people. By the time you stand up, you're uncomfortable. You like this. You feel you're wet. So you ask yourself why these things happen. You can't stay with like a crowd of people. People will come visit the child, and when you want to stand, it's uncomfortable. You wouldn't even want to stand. You would sit there until maybe people would go because you feel the wetness. For my case, okay, the stool, yes, would pass through the vagina, but I would hold the urine. As in, I would hold the urine for as long as I can go to the toilet. But for the stool, I couldn't. So for mine, it was coming through the vagina, the stool, but I could hold the urine. Yes. I would say I would feel my self-esteem would be down. I used to wear like the pads because I couldn't hold the stool nor the urine. So I wasn't that open with my mom, so I had to tell my auntie about it and tell her that this happens. Most of the time you could pass gas all the time, and then your parents are like, what is wrong with you? I hope, why do you always pass gas each time you wake up or something? Now this time you have to eat because you have to breastfeed. So you're given uji, soup. After some time you have to eat lunch. So the stool, I would pass stool unknowingly. So this, because now you know, like you would pass to without knowing. So the process, I would like, maybe it's normal. So you use the pads all the time. So until you are uncomfortable, you say, hey, maybe there's something wrong. So you want to like talk to someone. So I had to talk to my aunt. So my aunt told my mom, and then my mom, they decided now we go to see the doctor. This is when the doctor said I had to do like a small surgery. Unfortunately, they didn't tell me what degree tear it was. They just told me that it has happened because you gave birth to your firstborn child. The child was big and you had to push the baby, but then they didn't tell me which degree it was at that point. After some time now, later, when I've given birth to my second child, my third child, I hear about Sharon on YouTube, actually on Facebook also. So this is about 2021, a bit much later, is when Sharon spoke about those symptoms. Now I aligned with them. We met around 2021 in June or July. So then is when we spoke about it, and then we had to see her doctor. Then you will know which degree you were before, and the tier was, because they will know, the doctors, they will know. So they told me I was on 3rd degree tear, which was not bad. You would think maybe your husband will neglect you, you're no longer worthy to be the wife material. So we just stayed as normal. This is a normal thing. You continue as a wife. We continued. I gave birth to my second child, my third child. So this at this point, for my second born child, I gave birth normal, and it was okay. Even my third child. So nothing happened after. So this much later, when I realized that it was fistula, and you know what it is now, because you've seen other people talk about it, is when I told him, and he said, now he was okay, because now we've stayed for all these years and nothing. He's been supportive. We've stayed together all this time. He's not like he's gone out and brought someone else or something. Yeah, so us, we've been okay. So for him, he didn't maybe see that there was a difference before or after. Yeah, I wouldn't say that anything out of the ordinary happened. Maybe if I was in my house and he would have seen my situation, maybe he would have reacted differently. But for this case, I wasn't with him. So I healed before going back. And for me at this point, I know it's normal. It's maybe something that happens, and it's supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be normal. You are supposed to just go for the surgery and you move on with life. So I think it would have been different if I came to my house immediately. As a wife, you're supposed to do all the duties a wife tends to do. You have to satisfy your husband, you have to take care of your kids. In my thoughts, I would say I wouldn't satisfy him, and maybe he would look for someone else. And culture comes in, and you would think that he would look for someone else and leave you there with your kids, because you're passing stool, you're passing urine. Of course, there's the smell. One would be maybe you neglecting yourself. This woman is dirty. She's just given birth to her first child. She's not taking care of herself. Those were my first reaction. Second would be, of course, the sex part, where you, of course, want to satisfy your husband as a woman. Other one would be being left with your child. You're just giving birth to your first child, and then all of a sudden you're by yourself. You're a single mother. Just because of the culture, I didn't have to go back to my house. I had to go stay with my auntie first. Because they follow so much about their culture, so you have to follow what they say. Because now in the first 3 months, you're supposed not to stay with your husband. You're supposed to be taken care by either your mom or your mother-in-law. For this case, I preferred my mom. Yeah, so maybe that was my advantage. Fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't tell any other person. Yeah, not even my dad, not even my sisters. I came to tell them way later when I was okay. Yeah, way much later. So I actually didn't tell any other person. Why I didn't tell my siblings or even my dad or anybody else. Okay. It will because I wouldn't say culture or what, I don't know. The society we live in, we don't talk about things to do with our private parts openly. So this is one of the reasons why I didn't tell most of the people. So the kind of work I do is you with people. You have to interact with people most of the time. So it would take me some time for me to go back and really talk to people in regards to my work, because now you have to meet with them. So you're not you have, maybe you stressed, the stress level would be high. You want to be alone all the time. Yeah, so I'd say the self-esteem was down. For me, I didn't really say that I was in rock bottom or anything, because when I got to see the doctor and they did the surgery, my life continued. I was okay. I could hold my stool. I could hold I was normal. I was back to normal. I could go back to work with no stress that I had here before. So for my case, it was, I would say it was not hard at that time. Because my auntie just happened to have a sister-in-law who works at the hospital that we went in Kericho. So they spoke. They told her my condition, and just because my auntie knows her is where I was. I say I was lucky to be treated. So for the case of the people who, for my case, it's because my auntie knew someone, which was wrong. What if I didn't know? What if my auntie did know this person? How would my situation be? So I would say it's not easy for other people, because I am sure there are many people who suffer with the same, even back then, and maybe they were not healed. Yeah, because many people have say from Sharon's program, many people have come up, and up to even 40 years of fistula. So this thing needs to be told and shared to so many people, because some people don't even know what it is. Like my case, I didn't know, but then I was treated all the same, just because you knew a doctor or a nurse in that hospital. The way we are brought up, if it's a girl thing, it has to be just girl. You just need to talk to your mom only, or to your girls only. It has to be only maybe around the people around you. I don't know why it's considered secretive to not to talk about vaginal stuff, and not even that alone. Girls growing up from the age of 12, 13 years, 14, they start their periods, and you as a parent or as a mom don't know. Your child you're supposed to educate them on what to use. So I think it needs to start from that perspective, from that point. Even fistula itself is supposed to be be created in the curriculum or in the syllabus or something, so that the kids would know. As the doctor says, whether you give birth normal or even you do the C-section, you can still get it. You can still get the fistula. So there is no escape. Because many adults now, most people know now about it. The people that know about fistula, many adults think, of course, if I give birth through surgery, I will not get the fistula thing. But then now the doctor said it's possible for either through normal or through C-section. We thank God for Sharon that she has created a platform for women to get diagnosed, get treated. Even after being, there is the follow-ups that, self-esteem for people are down, so that they can be talked to, and then they can go back to the society and do their duties as normal. So for me, I would say we need to continue to talk about this fistula thing. We need to normalize it, because it's not normal. Somebody who's supposed to give birth to be my doctor during the birth time is supposed to know that I have, afterwards, did I get the fistula or not? Yeah, because they need to know this thing. For me, I don't know why it's not even there in the syllabus, or call what, I don't know, for the doctors who study. Because when you study gynecology, it's supposed to be part of it. It's not like supposed to be different. Yeah, so because they need to find out if this patient has fistula, what is the way forward. Even the nurses need to know, because sometimes after you give birth, you are with the nurses. Most people would want to associate with people who have the same problem, because now you know what your condition was before. So this other person would recognize more with the same person. We talk, we have like our WhatsApp group, so we talk more often. You tell each other your situation, how it was, and how you're okay now. Other situation, people would, some people marriages ended, but then for me, I would say mine didn't end. Yeah, so I give a positive vibe, yeah, that it can work. There are men out there who are understanding, some are not, so yeah. The space between my firstborn and my secondborn is 8 years. So yes, I would say the fistula would be the reason why I would space them. I have spaced my firstborn and my secondborn because of the fear of having the same. No.
You got fistula after giving birth to her?
I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately. I haven't spoken to her about the same. Is it something that I would want to? Yes. Maybe at the right time. When the right time comes, yeah, I'll tell her.
How do you think you'd start this conversation, and how would her reaction be?
Oops, I don't know.
For 16 years you've known her. What do you think would be her
reaction? I wouldn't tell. Because she's a strong girl now. As in, there's nothing that we don't talk about. Yeah, but I wouldn't know her reaction. But I would like to know what her reaction will be. Yeah.
I'll take you back a little bit. You just from fistula, you didn't tell your husband because, and thankfully you're not staying with your husband, and you didn't disclose anything to him because of your fear of how he would have taken it. And then also everything around the effects of fistula, how it affects your body, your passing stool through your vagina, and passing wind without control, and urine also. After the surgery, did the whole experience have an effect on you and how you related with your husband sexually? Or did it take time before you would submit to him and engage in conjugal activities?
So naturally after you give birth, so there's this period where you as a mother, you just need to stay away from your husband for some time, just because of the normal because you will have period for some time without you stopping for some time. So for me, no, I would say no, because by the time I was going back, it was almost 6 months. Yeah, so I wouldn't say that because after the surgery, you became normal. Everything else, you're not passing stool anymore through your vagina, so you're just back to normal. So for me, everything went back to like the way I was before. So I didn't have any issue with submitting. Yeah, at that point, no, I didn't have, because I was okay. Because no, if I had stayed with him before and I had all these problems, maybe I would have, because now he would say, hey, why are you passing urine? Why is this smell here? Yeah, so no. So when I went back, I was okay. I didn't have any issues with myself at that point.
Interesting. I just want to know, women who are suffering from fistula, of course you meet so many of them, and many are still to come out. Save a Woman Fistula Foundation is only 2 years old, and a young organization, the message may not have gotten deep into remote areas, but anyone listening to you or anyone who is outside there, what would you want to tell them, those who are suffering from fistula and those who are living with people with victims of fistula?
I would tell them that we are in the era of internet. Yeah, like everybody else, like almost, I would say like 3/4 or half or more have iPhones, and to get information for fistula, and then you just Google. If you go to YouTube right now and you say fistula, Sharon will just come out. And because she speaks about it openly, you would know as a person how to reach her, because now she has started the Save a Woman Fistula, because now people would want to be healed and maybe they don't have money. But then now this is a foundation where you will be treated for free if you just reach them out. So I would tell them to try and be open. If you can talk to your auntie, your mother, your friend about it, it will be nice, because you will be treated by the end of the day. Yeah. So just reach out. Reach out is what we need. You just need to tell someone what you're suffering from, and that person who's seeing a friend or someone. It doesn't have to be even a friend. You're seeing someone. Maybe his clothes are wet. Talk to them, because maybe they don't know what they're suffering from. Yeah. So just reach out, and if you see someone who's suffering, just talk to them.
To the husbands of victims of fistula, what would you tell them?
To the husbands, to those husbands who would run away, or those ones who would stay, supporting your spouses would be key, would be very important, because this child did not come if you were not together. So for this baby to be born, it's the two of you. So support is the most important thing. Just support and understand them. You might not be in the same shoes, but support is important. Yeah. Save a Woman Fistula Foundation is a platform where women with fistula can raise their voices and be taken to various hospitals to be treated. It doesn't matter where you are in Kenya. The reason why I am championing with Save a Woman Fistula with Sharon Korir is because I myself suffered the same condition, and it was not something you would wish for anyone. So I would, being a victim myself is not an easy, it's not an easy thing. You wouldn't want anybody to go through the same thing, especially if you don't get to be treated for a long time. Because most women who have come out now have not been treated for 5 years, 6 years, 40 years. It's a long time to be in the same position, in the same, like, you will be secluded. Because if you're suffering from fistula, you would even want to stay with people around you. You would want to just stay in your room, be there by yourself. So imagine staying with the same condition for 40 years. It's not easy. Yeah, that is the main reason why. Just preach the gospel that people can be saved, people can be treated, yeah, the foundation.
What a story from Aileen. Excretion of stool through the vagina is quite a harrowing experience, but this made her strong to become a pillar and a strong support system to other women confronted by fistula. In this series of the Fistula Madness, we speak to another woman who is a victim of fistula turned champion. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit the bell notification button so that you are the first one to get this next episode of A Fistula Champion. My name is Preston, and this is CTD TV.